Hello, we are going to do this is actually our last video for Unit 7. Last video meaning this is the last new concept that you will learn for the Unit 7, Part 2 curriculum. So we have learned how to factor. We have learned how to factor um, binomials, difference of squares, and now we're going to learn how to factor a polynomial, which is four terms. So let's just review on how to factor. So let's say we had uh, 2x squared plus 7x plus 5, right? First we look for GCF. One, are there any GCFs, right? No, sorry about that. On this one, there are no GCFs, right? So there's nothing to take out. Next step is to create the T-chart. Right? So now to create our T-chart over here, we're going to do A times C. A times C. And then this is going to be the value of B. Remember, it's AX squared plus BX plus C. So A is 2, C is 5, so it's going to be 10. And then it's going to be 7. So what we're looking for is the multiples of 10 that add to 7. So we can have 5 times 2, negative 5 times negative 2, 10 times 1, and negative 10 times negative 1. These will all give us the value of 10. Remember, if you do not remember how to do that, go to Desmos GCF. Remember, that's how to find the first GCF. GCF, and then go 2, 7, and then 5. And then to find your factors, go to Desmos and go 10 divided by x. Right? I have done this in other videos, so this is just going to be a quick review. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 plus 2 equals 7, so that works. Let's see why these don't work. Negative 5 plus a negative 2 equals a negative 7. That doesn't work. 10 plus 1 equals 11. That doesn't work. And then negative 10 plus negative 1 equals negative 11. That doesn't work. So now we have our two factors, 5 and 2x. Remember, we take those two numbers to break this up. 5x, 2x. So now we have 2x squared plus 5x plus 2x plus 5. Then we create our box over here. Our box is going to help us to break this up. 2x squared, 5x, 2x plus 5. 2 and 5, we don't take out a number, but we can take out a variable, which is x. Remember, this term, this box here, tells you if that's going to be a positive or negative. That's positive, so that's going to be positive. That's going to be a 1, right? Going from left to right, we can only take out a 1. Now we're going to go vertically, or up top to bottom. We can take out a 2 and an x here. Here we can take out a 5, no x, but that's going to be a positive. So your answer would be x plus 1 times 2x plus 5. Good. So that's how you find factor trinomials. All right, good review there. All right, let's keep going. My eraser will come back. Next, we're going to work on factoring binomials or difference of squares. Let's say we had 4x squared minus, let's say 9, right? So now we don't have a second term. So we're going to create that second term. So it's going to be 4x squared plus 0x minus 9. Going to multiply here, and you're going to go negative 36, but it's going to add to 0. So we're going to do negative 6 times 6, and negative 6 times 6 gives us negative 36, and negative 6 plus 6 gives us 0. Good. Now we're going to use that to break up our middle, and then we're going to open up our box. 4x squared goes here, negative 6x, 6x, and negative 9. Then we go left to right. Here we can take out a number and a variable, so that's going to be 2x. Here we can only take out a number, so that's going to be 3. Because that's a positive, it's going to be a positive. Here we can take out a number and a variable. We have 2x. And here we can only take out a number. So your answer would be 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. And now we're going to get on to today's lesson. Today's lesson, if you look closely, you already have 4 terms. In all of these, you have 4 terms. All right, so let's go here. You already have 4 terms. So where do we go? We go straight to the box. This is the easiest one of them all. When you have the 4 terms, only thing you have to do is make sure you take out the greatest common factor. So you have to look to see if there's a letter or a number that comes out of each of these. Nope. If I put this into Desmos as GCF 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1, 2, 3, and 6. I will only get back to number 1. And we don't want to take 1 out. And there's not an X at every one. There's not a Y at every one. So all we're going to do is go first. And then this is going to be our last. So we go XY, 2X, 3Y, and then 6. So here we always go horizontally, left to right, and then vertically up and down. So I can take out an X here and an X there. No number. I cannot take out a number. I can take out a 3 here and a 3 there. X plus 3. I can take out a Y here. There's a Y there and a Y there. And I can take out a 2. Remember, this tells me if that's positive, that tells me that that's positive. So my answer is X plus 3 times Y plus 2. There we go. Now we look here. And we set up our box the same. We look for GCF first. We put in our GCF, we see 3s and 4s. You can't take a 3 out of 4. You can't take a 4 out of 3. So we're just going to write 3x squared plus 4xy minus 3x minus 4y. Just a word of advice. If I were you, I would look for GCF every single time I start this. Just go to Desmos, open up Desmos, write GCF, and write in each number. 3, 4, 3, 4. And it will tell you exactly what the GCF is. Here it's 1, so we don't have anything to worry about. And there's not an X at every term, and there's not a Y at every term, so we can't take out any variables. Now, going from left to right, I can't take out a 3 and a 4, right? So I'm going to take out an X. What these two have in common is in 1. I can't take out a 3, I can't take out a 4, I can't take out an X, I can't take out a Y, so I'll write 1. Now, how do I know if this is going to be a negative or a positive one? I know that this is a negative one because this is negative. Because that's negative, that's negative. All right. Now, top to bottom, I can take out a 3. Good. And I can take out an X. Good. Here, I can take out a 4. And I can take out a Y. So now, is this going to be positive or negative? It's indeed positive. So it's going to be 3x plus 4y, parentheses, times x minus 1. You guys only have one step on this one. That's just when you have the 4 terms, throw them into the box. See if what you can take out, and that's your answer. All right, let's skip that one, and let's go to, let's see how many examples we have. Is that it? Okay, that's it. All right, so I really want to do, if I can get this number, letter B. I want to do letter B because if you see right off the bat, you can take out a 4, a 4. All right, you can't take out a 4 over here. You can take out a 2. You can take out a 2. What we know about 2s are that 2 can go into any even number. So I can take 2 out of each term. There are no variables I can take out, but I can take a 2. So we're going to put our 2 here, parentheses. We're going to have a 2ax minus 2ab minus bx plus b squared. Now we're going to go straight to our box. We're going to use our factored terms. So we're going to have 2ax, 2ab, and that's a negative 2. We're going to have a negative bx and a positive b squared. So now we're just going to greatest common factor from left to right, top to bottom, horizontally, vertically. I can take out a 2, so I'm going to take out my 2. And I can take out an a. I can take out a 2 and an a from these, so that's good. From left to right, I can take out a b. Uh-oh. Let's see if it holds to the end. All right, I can take out a b here, and because that's negative, that's going to be negative. Now, from top to bottom, I can take out, oh, I can't take out a number, but I can take out an x. I can't take out a number, but I can take out a b. Now that's going to be a negative. So my answer would be, a correct answer would be 2, parentheses, 2a minus b. That 2 has to come down. X minus b. Remember, the 4 terms is actually the shortest amount of factoring that you'll have to do. Simply put the terms in the boxes, greatest common factor, and then that's your answer. If you have a greatest common factor, like we did down here, if you have a greatest common factor like we did down here, do not forget to add that to your answer. All right, so this is the last of the new content that you will have for Unit 7 Part 2. You will also have a Unit 7 Part 2 test review, which we'll do next week. So you had 3 lessons. You have factoring trinomials, factoring difference of squares, and factoring a 4-term polynomial. This is what your test is going to be on. Please do each of the math spaces. Remember, the fourth quarter can help your grade. Make sure you do all the work, take the time. I'm going to be looking for them when we take the test. Remember, when we take the test, that's when I look for the math space completions, right? So technically nothing's late right now. You still have time. And then next week will be the time when we overview the review. So you'll still have time. I would urge you to work on these math spaces now. Some of them are 10 questions long. Some of them are a little shorter, like 7. Remember, do your best. There's hints, there's videos. I have office hours. Please contact me if you have any questions. I'm going to put this videos or these videos on Blackboard and Google Classroom, along with the links to your math spaces. All right, I look forward to seeing you guys this week. Have a great day. See you next time.